exactly 11:05. And I make a motion, we need to read the minutes of our past meeting.
Okay, we've got you all received the minutes in your mail, and I would like to entertain a motion to accept them. So moved.
Seconded.
Okay, motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, treasurer's report.
So I just kind of gave a report to show what we've contributed since this project has been implemented. Fiscal year 22, $8,290 was collected and awarded. Fiscal year 23, $1,830.04 was collected and none was awarded because it wasn't enough to give out. Fiscal year 24, $8,498.82 was collected and is to be awarded. So far for fiscal year 25, $4,030 has been collected. So seem to be on track for approximately $8,000 to $9,000 per year for collection for this
Oh, that's great.
fund.
Is
So
it all coming from the little yellow handout in the?
we've gotten a
tax
lot
bill?
of response from the tax bill.
Yeah,
Yep, that seems to be the biggest draw.
well, I know people are talking about it because it comes up once in a while. And people ask me if I know about it and stuff like that. They'll say, oh, yeah, there's something where they're giving money away over there. So anyway, good.
Right.
All right, any questions by anyone about this?
Yeah,
Eileen?
we've got the contributions, in the list is the 84.98, and
Yeah.
then below contributions total 10.3.
Yeah, so the money that was collected in 23, that would be a discussion as though, I mean, that money should be awarded because it was collected, but we never,
Oh,
it's still there.
Okay, so
So-
you've added
So
23
that's
and
the
24.
Yes.
1830.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Of course.
yeah.
So
So that's what I believe, based on our historic practice,
I
is
agree.
whichever was collected should
Yeah.
be awarded.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
totally
So
agree.
I just gave you the 2 years amount
Right.
is the 10,328.
Didn't click.
Got you.
Sorry.
No,
Thank
I'm
you.
happy to explain.
Oh, yeah, good. Well, I was looking at that too. Okay, so now our next step then is to give the money away, correct?
So we're giving away the 10,000, but we're saving it at fiscal year 25 for next year, right?
Correct, yep.
That's-
So what we're collecting now, we give away for the
Okay.
following fiscal year.
Got it,
That's
okay.
been our practice.
Okay. Colleen,
What's next on, I don't have today's agenda. I have
I
the
also
other
did not
agendas.
print it.
it's the next thing on the agenda was to discuss the money we're giving away.
Okay, so I
Do we
guess-
have anything else to discuss in general business before we close this session and go to executive? Because we can't.
If we go into close, should we decide when our next meeting is before we go in closed session? Is that what you think?
Yeah, let's talk about what our next meeting would entail, really. Are we just kind of, I think we've gone through a lot of brainstorming and steps to
Right.
kind of try to come up with different ways to
We've
get more
changed.
funds. But I think we've kind of exhausted that and found that most of that didn't work. So I don't know what we have to do between now and the next period of time.
Yeah.
The next.
I
year,
don't know
this
that
time.
we would need a meeting if we're going to be
Mhm.
deciding today what we're going to be doing with the funds, then it seems like there could be a break.
Mhm.
And then we could just meet again, maybe in March or April to discuss what we have so
Right.
far and discuss the application
Okay.
process
Or
for the
even
next year.
after, maybe after May, the second payment has been received,
Yep.
where we kind of know in total.
Yep.
Do you usually get contributions after that? Just kind of,
Not usually.
yeah.
They-
So-
Just a question, do you feel that the outlets where applications are made available is sufficient to, you don't
All
know
of the
about an
applications,
absence?
right,
Right.
all of the ones that we have here were given at our counter and then received back at our counter. So I don't know if it's.
Oh,
So
they
we
doing-
tell, like if people come to the counter and have a comment about the insert that was in the tax bill, a lot of times people say, I need help. And I'll say, well, please go next door. There's
Okay.
criteria. So I think word of
Mhm.
mouth, at the town hall. I don't know, like if all seniors are involved with the COA. So I mean,
Right,
I think
not, but-
there's not, so I mean, the thought would be, how can you meet other needs? And I know the police department has a list of like vulnerable people that they sometimes have to check, and I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe if we
Yeah,
send
let's give
letters
them
to
one.
people on that list, if it's a public list, I don't know.
Mhm.
But I
I
just thought
think
of that,
Dorothy's list kind of overlaps quite a bit with
okay,
the
Okay.
PD list.
So there, the applications are at the COA and at the library,
There's the library, Lower Cape Outreach.
food bank.
I put it over at Cumberland Farms. A lot of people go in and out of there. I put it at COA.
What about the food bank?
I did not put it at the food bank. You mean the one here in Eastham? I took it to Lower Cape Outreach,
Well, the church.
the church
Yeah,
feedback.
that would probably-
That's probably a good place.
But, so does that list that you have, has any outreach, like, I'm just thinking maybe letters could be sent to people on the list, letting them know
I
the
don't-
fund is available?
Right, I don't have Dorothy's list, but I've spoken to her and she kind of does outreach on that part because for the most part, she's also helping them apply for
Other things.
the senior
Oh, okay.
exemption and stuff too, so I think we're covering those ones that are
Great.
on that list that are eligible on that
Great.
list.
It might be, I was thinking people who are habitually late, that could be an invasion of privacy. sort of the-
Right,
Did all the application that you have in your hand, did they come from people walking in and talking to you?
some of them came from when we did a little mini session on what we have to offer at the COA.
Yeah,
I think we got one that day from that session and the rest of them were just from either from the counter or they had applied in past years and
Oh,
they
I
were
see.
coupling it
Okay.
with their senior exemption, so it's
right.
not a lot of new faces with it.
So I think that part of it is word of mouth around town now. I mean, around these different
Mm-hmm.
groups. And maybe they see the sign at Cumberland Farms. Oh, I also put it at that other Nauset place across the street, that little food place. I put it on that bulletin board there.
Mhm.
I don't
I
know.
reached out to Helping Our Women. They do a lot of
Okay.
ride shares and not just for
Mhm.
women. I think the rides are only for women, but they work with both sexes to try to offer assistance or just help facilitate assistance.
okay.
So they do have the application and
I wonder if the health department would ever be a resource because they might know. I'm just
Yeah,
thinking about
right.
the, especially with the outreach and the things that are now being done
Mhm.
with the
it's a good idea to just,
Cape wide, I think they're trying to reach a lot of folks, and so that might be able, like, if we could ask them if they have any ideas
Mhm.
or a list of vulnerable people or people who might need help, that would be
Mhm.
maybe also an avenue.
Yeah, that hasn't
Thinking.
really been explored
What's the
yet.
name of the
Yeah.
place that you're talking about?
I'm so sorry, my brain is not firing on all cylinders because I'm sick. I cannot recall what it's called, but it's. Remember, we had a meeting with Jackie and they brought in the women who were doing all the
Right.
like health outreach and the
outreach.
mental health outreach
Right.
and other things, and
I don't
I'm so
remember the
sorry,
name
it's
of the
escaping
organization.
my.
But it is an Eastham group.
No,
It's, well,
it is.
it is, I think it's, it is Eastham residents, but they also may serve other communities
Yeah,
as well.
maybe Orleans and Wellfleet and places like
I
that.
think, so I apologize, I don't know
Okay, that's
the
okay.
detail exactly,
Oh,
but,
No need to apologize for any kind of mental slips at my age. You can do that all you want. Makes me feel better.
but I just thought maybe the health department might know folks who
Mhm.
might be in need.
I think the whole thing about the police department's interesting because I'll bet they are aware of many families who are living in conditions that,
Might
or
need
or
help.
maybe some elderly people who live alone and they check on them and they go, oh my goodness. They need help. So
Yeah.
they are probably know a lot
Yeah, we could
more
reach
than
out
any of
to
us.
Adam if you want, I could.
Mhm. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about them. Well, now that we have 2 new police officers, they'll have more time. I was we have 4 new police officers. I was
Right.
worried that there would be a lot of ticketing on 6, so I've been really
No.
careful. But I
Four.
see, it used to be when there were only a couple of police out there and you saw one that had stopped someone or you saw one parked there, you could just go speed the
Oh my
rest of
gosh.
them.
My goodness.
I was counting on that second one.
Well, now
Yeah.
they know your secret because you're on the air.
Now, now I see there's a big presence on 6, so I'm being super careful now. Okay, so what's our next step?
Next meeting.
Oh, when is our next meeting? You said something,
Maybe May.
May? Okay, let me get my calendar up.
Does anybody go
Let
that
me
far?
check and see if I'm
I
still
haven't.
alive in May, next May.
I mean, that just might be a good time to meet, see if there's any,
Yeah, any revisions.
How about May 6th?
So
What
that
day of
means
the week
your
is that?
notice for having the meeting would have to be by May.
What
Well-
day of the week is May sixth?
What, yeah, you can't count weekends.
No, it has to be
Oh,
when somebody's
yeah,
working. to-
exactly. Thank you,
Yeah.
Eileen, for bringing that up, because yeah, I thought I counted it was weekends, and of course it wasn't, so
No,
I
has
got
to be
this
business days.
screwed
Yeah.
up. Okay, so let's see, let's back up. What date do I have to post? I'll put that on here now.
You
Maybe
have to post it.
May
then.
1st, post it May 1st, okay?
But I don't know if we decided if that date would work.
It
Okay.
Works for me.
The fifth, the sixth?
May 6th, does that work for
That works
everybody?
For me, right,
11.
nothing right now. It's hard to schedule
Nothing
that
on
far
my,
out.
my calendar right now.
I have nothing on there,
Okay.
okay? May 6th it is. Put it on my calendar.
At 11 seems to be the popular time.
Yep. Should post the agenda today to make sure.
It might change though.
Things are different all the time about when you post this stuff. Because it used to be they wanted me to go get the room online, and then I had to sign in, get in a password and all that kind of stuff. But then it changed, and now I had to call them let them know, but now they get the room for you when.
Yeah, I think if you just send her the agenda, they do the
Yeah.
rest.
Exactly. See, that's new. It never used to be like that. Every time I've done it, it's been a little different. So anyway, so May 1st is going to be our next meeting.
May sixth.
May 6th. Yeah, I have May 1st down here to post it. May 6th. Okay, so that's a done deal. Everyone in favor of that? Do you have any problems with that? Anybody? Okay, so now do we go into executive?
So
And
we
how
have
do we go
to,
about doing
we
that?
have
I
to
just,
adjourn the regular meeting and.
okay, I'd like
state that
to
there's no
adjourn this
intention to
meeting.
return.
Meeting is adjourned at 11:15, and we're going into executive session now.
I think we just have to say that it's to comply with or act under authority of any general or special law or federal grant and aid requirements of MGL Chapter 214 1B.
Okay.